I love this question for some reason. If life had one purpose only, what would that be?
I think to find love and connection. I think, because I think that's really what we're here for. I think we're here to transcend the limits to our love. I think we're here to share love. I think we're here to connect with life and with ourselves and people.
I love that answer. So let's talk about self-compassion. This is one of my favorite topics because it relates to self-love. It's the same thing, as you said before. So how do you integrate self-compassion to your practice? That's the first question. Why it works, and what was the inspiration for that?
In my experience, I think one of the biggest obstacles, not the only obstacle, but one of the biggest obstacles that I found to healing is shame and the feelings of self-loathing that my clients have. So when I was doing my graduate work, I was staunchly believing that I would be a CBT therapist, and I love CBT. I incorporate CBT into a lot of my work. But what I did realize was that sometimes reframing your thoughts absolutely can work. But when your clients were having a lot of problems with, just sort of trying to reframe the thought of like, well, maybe I am good enough. Maybe I can try to believe that and I'll fake it till I make it, or maybe I am lovable. But they weren't really able to internalize that shift. And I realized that just thinking differently isn't always going to create changes. Although sometimes it will, it doesn't always. So the shame and the self-loathing was the obstacle that I was realizing, like, well, so many people hate aspects of themselves. They can't tolerate aspects of themselves. So how are they supposed to heal when they're in this hate relationship with aspects of themselves? So I realized that the times where we could get them to soften, and soften by means of distancing themselves a little bit more in a mindful way so that they can have self-compassion to see how they're suffering. So it's kind of the idea of look at your suffering, look at how this is hurting you, instead of I'm just feeling horrible and life sucks and there's no hope for me. Instead of being blended or attached into that pain, the idea of taking a step out and sometimes even saying to them, if you were with a child, and this person, this little boy or this little girl was crying, was feeling lost, was feeling frustrated, was feeling all of these things, what would you say to this child? How would you interact with that child? And their responses would usually be, I would wrap my arms around that child. I would give them love and reassurance. And the question becomes, well, what changes when it comes to you and this relationship with yourself? The realization that, I'm being excessively harsh with myself is a big realization. And so that's what led me to really valuing the tool of self-compassion to be developed in the therapy room and in the therapeutic relationship, because you can't heal what you hate.
Yes.